And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark as the Big Sticks and the Spuds are going to resume last night's game. Obviously, those who watched the game yesterday saw that in the bottom of the third inning, we just finished the top of the third, got the veterans appreciation, and then the game was called off as the Spuds headed to their bus. And those of you in the Dickinson area know that it was absolutely downpouring here at the ballpark. The Big Sticks with a 2-0 lead here as we'll resume play at the bottom of the third inning. And as usual, Big Sticks gonna have to bear with me a little bit as trying to remember exactly what happened yesterday, but the Big Sticks were able to get those 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning after a Quade Peters double started the game off. Then an Austin Bunn base hit sent Quade Peters home. And then on the flyout from Cooper Dulick, Austin Bunn from third was able to tag up and score for the Big Sticks as they took a 2-0 lead. Sam Marhefke started on the mound for the Big Sticks, and he pitched 3 scoreless innings against the Spuds. Today we'll see Kobe Krenz on the mound for the Big Sticks. So in those first 2 innings at bat, the Big Sticks were able to get 6 hits against Nate Galusha, the pitcher for the Spuds. But to start/relieve today for the Spuds, it's going to be Will Girardi on the mound in relief, if you're referring to stats, but starting the day for the Spuds here in the bottom of the third inning. As I said, the Big Sticks up 2-0, and just like that, we're ready for some baseball. And to lead off here in the bottom of the third inning, it's going to be Jackson Fisher for the Big Sticks. But as I said, a little bit of rain yesterday prevented the game from being played. But today it'll be a 7-inning first game and then a 7-inning second game as the first pitch from Girardi, called strike 1. Outside part of the plate makes the count 0-1 here. And as I said, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you may be watching on the Big Sticks YouTube channel, the Consolidated Channel 18, or listening on the Big Sticks Mixler page, appreciate you tuning in here for the continuation of Game 2 here of this series, as Fisher fouled that one off down the third baseline foul. And once again, luckily this game starting a little bit earlier, pushed up to 4 instead of 4:20 as the original start time was. So there is later tonight supposed to be some more storms as the 0-2 here swung on by Fisher, popped up and out of the ballpark right under the concourse awning to make the count stay at 0-2 here. But a little bit of storms once again tonight. Hopefully we will have both games done, as it's going to be a shortened 2 games, 7 innings. The first one and as well as the second one, is the 0-2 here from Girardi, swung on by Fisher, hit into right field, and the diving attempt goes wayward as that one will head to the warning track. Jackson Fisher at second. He's rounding, going to third. And to lead off the start of the game here, Jackson Fisher on the 0-2 count gets a leadoff triple off of Will Girardi for the Big Sticks. And that brings up Cooper Dulick here to try and send Jackson Fisher home, as Cooper Dulick had that sac fly yesterday in the bottom of the first inning, which scored the second run for the Big Sticks as the infield creeps in here for the Big Sticks. All the lineups are the same from yesterday, as that first pitch called strike 1 on Dulick, making the count 0-1 here. As I said, just going through them quickly. Girardi on the mound, Mandeville behind the plate, Wilson and Garrett at first and second as the 0-1 here, hit by Dulick to third to Levitt. Levitt with the throw to first in time for the first out of the inning as Dulick grounds out to Levitt at third for the first out of the inning. And that brings up Jaden Gibson here, the catcher for the Big Sticks. just going through the infield here. As I said, Mandeville behind the plate. Wilson and Garrett at first and second. Dawson Barricani at short. Mason Levitt at third. And then the outfield left to right. Tyler Castelli, Owen Bischoff, and Chase Burke. First pitch of this at-bat swung on and missed by Gibson. Makes the count 0-1 here for the Big Sticks. In the top of the fourth inning, we'll see Kobe Krenz, Jaden Gibson, the catcher, Calvillo at first, and Fisher at second. This is the 0-1 here, swung on by Gibson. This one hit down the right field line, and that one will go foul into the empty beer garden, as that will make the count 0-2 on Jaden Gibson. Dulick at short and Thurston at third, and then the outfield, Austin Bunn in left, Quade Peters in center, and Carson Lundmark in right. Corey Brownson being the DH for the Big Sticks. The 0-2 from Girardi, swung on by Gibson. This one going to go down the right field line, and that one is caught right along the line there, but Jackson Fisher able to reach home on the sac fly from Jaden Gibson, as that gives the Big Sticks a 3-run lead here in the bottom of the third inning. But talking to a couple of the players before the game, as Alex Thurston steps into the box here with 2 outs and a 3-0 lead for the Big Sticks. A lot of them were ready to get back onto the diamond today, as that first pitch is low, called ball 1. Talked to Derek Calvillo a bit. Said it kind of stunk that yesterday they were unable to finish that game, but today was ready to get after it and try and maintain this 2-0 lead. Now 3-0, as that pitch is fouled down the first base line, making the count third baseline rather, making the count even at 1-1 here. Again, as of now, a nice 81-degree day in the Dickinson, North Dakota area. Slight wind from the east, 14 miles an hour. The 1-1 is swung on, foul tip there by Thurston into the glove of Mandeville behind the plate, makes the count 1-2. As Thurston looks to keep this inning alive for the Big Sticks. Girardi's 1-2. That one hits the turf before the plate. Evens the count up at 2-2 here. This inning started with Jackson Fisher on the 0-2, getting a leadoff triple down the right field line. A diving attempt made by Chase Burke, unable to catch that. The 2-2 here swung on. This one popped up in the air into right field, and Chase Burke, once again, a diving effort, unable to catch that one, so that will be an Alex Thurston base hit to keep this inning going with 2 outs, and that brings up the DH, Corey Brownson, batting 9th today for the Big Sticks. Brownson looking to keep this inning going with 2 outs here. Girardi looks, and then the first pitch of the at-bat, outside part of the plate, called strike 1. Makes the count 0-1 here on Brownson. Again, this is first time I've ever had a doubleheader in a day, so this is a new experience for myself as well, as the 0-1 here from Girardi. Too low on that off speed, called ball 1, evens the count up at 1-1. But as I said, a beautiful day here. That wind, just for the fans, not talking about the players today, will cool the fans off. That breeze, as I said, from the east. For the players, it'll hold up the ball a little bit, as that 1-1 pitch, high, called ball 2. Makes the count 2-1 here. And those of you wanting to know, it'll be, as I said, a 7-inning game to finish off this, starting in the bottom of the third. And then one more 7-inning game to follow, as that 2-1 pitch high and inside there on Brownson makes the count 3-1 here. Quade Peters on deck for the Big Sticks. He had that double, in last night's game to lead off in the bottom of the first inning. It was eventually scored by the second batter, Austin Bunt. Girardi here is 3-1. That one inside, called ball 4, and that will be a walk of Corey Brownson to move Thurston to second. As with 2 outs here, Quade Peters looking to add to the total of 3 runs here. Austin Bunt on deck for the Big Sticks if Peters were to get on base here. Again, his double yesterday went down that right field line. Burke tracking that one back all the way to the warning track. A nice throw in from Burke, but with how fast Peters is, as that first pitch is outside, called ball 1. Peters makes it very difficult to prevent him from getting on a ball hit like that to second or third, but Burke prevented the triple as the 1-0 from Girardi swung on, hit behind and into the net by Peters. Evens the count up at 1-1 here. As again, the Big Sticks overall record this season, 18-12. They're 1-1, looking to clinch the series here in the first game today, as they won the first game of this series, as the 1-1 from Girardi swung on and once again fouled into the net behind by Peters, makes the count 1-2 with 2 outs here. Again, celebrating 4th of July. It's the 3rd today, the 4th tomorrow. Big Sticks do have the day off to celebrate Independence Day, as Girardi on the 1-2. That one bounces before home plate. The runners are going to steal second and third. The throw not in time. Now we'll take the force out at both second and third, as Brownson and Thurston able to advance. Count now at 2-2 on that wild pitch by Girardi. Girardi, we saw him against the Big Sticks on the 23rd of June. Pitched 2 1/3 inning. Gave up 2 runs and 2 hits. Is that 2-2 low and outside, called ball 3, and that will make the count full here with Quade Peters. Chance to load the bases if this 3-2 pitch is outside of the zone. Girardi's full count. Outside, called ball 4, and just like I said, Quade Peters gets the full count walk, which loads the bases here for the Big Sticks. And as Caston Reed brings out extra baseballs for the home plate umpire, it's going to be Austin Bunn here with 2 outs after Jackson Fisher is sent home from the sac fly from the catcher Jaden Gibson. With 2 outs, the Big Sticks getting a Thurston base hit and 2 walks in a row of Brownson and Peters. They are all but in business here, as the first pitch, able to find the strike zone there, called strike 1. As I said, Austin Bunn with a base hit to score Quade Peters in the bottom of the first inning. You see the Big Sticks dugout looking to maintain this lead, as the 0-1 there is hit up and over the net, foul behind home plate to put Bunn in the hole 0-2. When he hit that base hit, couple pitches before, he was in an 0-2 count before taking the 2-2 pitch and sending Peters home. The bases loaded here. You can just add to their lead. Girardi shakes off the first sign. His 0-2 inside and low there on Bunn. Bunn wisely holds off, making the count 1-2 here. Again, Thurston at third, Brownson at second, and Peters at first. Girardi a chance to get out of this jam. It's the 1-2. That one low, the ball into the thigh of Mandeville behind the plate. Runners won't advance, but that'll even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Austin Bunn. And we'll see if he can replicate what he did yesterday on this 2-2 pitch. Girardi sets himself. His 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit up over third, and just goes foul down the line, as that would have definitely cleared the bases there for the Big Sticks, but Bunn just a couple inches from being called fair. So that was a nice hit ball up and over Levitt at third, as Bunn will have to make his way back into the box for the Big Sticks. As again, the final 2 games being played today before the Big Sticks day off tomorrow, and then on Tuesday they'll head to Casper to take on the Horseheads for a 3-game series. As Girardi already up to 29 pitches in this inning. The 2-2. Just outside there, just missing. Called ball 3 as Girardi and a few of the infielders were already making their way to the dugout. They thought that one was inside the strike zone. Called ball 3, and that'll make it a full count here, as Girardi looks to prevent 3 straight walks of Big Sticks batters. His full count pitch swung on by Bunn down the right field line, and that one will go foul. So that may have had enough to leave the ballpark by Bunn, but that'll make now 7 pitches in this at-bat, with Girardi's next pitch being the 8th. Again, celebrating Independence Day, the ballpark, as you can see on that fence just in front of the fans there, adorned with the American flags here, as the Girardi's 3-2 swung on by Bunn. This one hit into right center field, but tracking that one and catching it is Owen Bischoff for the 3rd out of the inning. The Big Sticks able to put up 1 run here, and with 2 outs loading the bases, but unable to put any runs across, as that will be the 3rd and final out of this bottom of the 3rd inning. So 3-0, the Big Sticks extend their lead from 2 over the Canyon County Spuds. And with that, we'll take a short break, and when we come back, more Big Sticks baseball.
Finding the right mortgage company can be a little puzzling. At ENG Lending, we make it easy by finding the right program that fits perfectly. From VA loans for our veterans to first-time home buyers, refinancing and debt consolidation. Piece by piece, we pay close attention to every detail so that every piece of the puzzle falls right into place. ENG Lending. It all comes together.
Call 456-LOAN right now.
Challenges and struggles are part of everyday life for all of us. At Infinity Real Estate Group, we don't back down and we take it all in stride.
Okay, don't move. I've done this before.
Hold on. My turn.
In these struggles, there are no mistakes, only life lessons. We may not be that good at some things, but we do excel in real estate. We are Infinity Real Estate Group. Experience the Infinity way.
At Justin Glass, they specialize in window replacement and repair while keeping the structure and safety of the vehicle intact. With over 20 years of experience, Justin Glass works with all insurance companies and have the best cash prices in town. Looking for something fun? Stop by next door and enjoy a round of golf and a beverage with your friends in their golf simulator.
Drive by the rest, then come to the best. Justin Glass.
And we are back here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark into the top of the 4th inning. The Big Sticks able to score 1 run off of the sac fly from Jaden Gibson, but with the bases loaded, a fly out to center field by Austin Bunn brings up the 3rd out of the inning. And with that, in the top of the 4th inning, in relief of Sam Marhefke is going to be the utility player for the Big Sticks, Kobe Krenz. His first pitch there called strike 1. on Tyler Stone to lead off not only the top of the 4th inning, but the game for the Spuds as far as batting goes. And the infield shift here by the Big Sticks to the right of the infield. The 0-1 there, too high, called ball 1, makes the count even at 1-1. As Krenz in the 4-3 loss to the Spuds, 2 innings pitched, didn't allow a run and only 1 hit with 5 strikeouts, including a strikeout of Stone. As that 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed there by Stone to make the count 1-2. As Krenz this season, 20 strikeouts in 14 innings pitched, only has allowed 11 hits with just under a 2 ERA at 1.92. His 1-2, too far outside there in the off speed, evens the count up at 2-2. Krenz gets the sign and his 2-2. Outside part of the plate, called strike 3. As once again, Tyler Stone is struck out by Kobe Krenz as he gets him looking at the 2-2 pitch for the first out of the inning. That brings up the center fielder, Owen Bischoff. Second batter faced for Kobe Krenz. Again, in relief of Marhefke. Marhefke through 3 innings, 11 batters faced, 1 strikeout, and only 1 hit allowed. So he was doing a fantastic job yesterday of putting the Spuds batters out as that first pitch too high, called ball 1 on Bischoff, makes it count 1-0 here. As again, for both teams, having to get a game called off in the middle of it, as this 1-0 is hit high into right center field. Lundmark tracking it back, and just at the warning track, Lundmark having to adjust himself in right field there, able to catch that one for the second out of the inning. As I said, for both teams, it's going to be a big adjustment because yesterday, the Big Sticks, as I said, just through 2 innings, had 6 hits on the starting pitcher for the Spuds, Nate Galusha. The bats were really hot for the Big Sticks as this 0-1 is taken down the right field line, foul. Up and out of the park into the parking lot, makes the count 0-1 on Mandeville. As I said, you got to kind of refocus, take care of this first game, then try and sweep. As this 0-1 here, taking down the third base line. Thurston with the throw all the way to Calvillo at first. A 1-2-3 inning here for Kobe Krenz to start the game as a ground out to Thurston at third by Mandeville ends the top of the 4th inning. So with that, we'll take a short break, 3-0. The Big Sticks still shutting out the Spuds here with just 1 hit allowed. But with that, we'll take a short break, and when we come back, more Big Sticks baseball.
Now more than ever, your safety depends on choosing the right body shop to repair your vehicle. Unfortunately, not every body shop makes the investment to stay current. The technicians at Legend Auto Body of Dickinson are certified in the latest auto body repair techniques. And we use eco-friendly Sikkens paint for the best possible finish on your vehicle. We're also certified with most major insurance companies to return your frame or finish back to its original condition. For a job done right, call Legend Auto Body today.
Digging it, the 811 game. Will you play by the rules? Choose your location. City Home. Choose your project. Fence. Let's get started. Sure you're ready? Continue. Hold on. There's a whole network of utilities starting just inches underground. Call before you dig, or it could be game over. Stay on top of your game. Call 811 or visit nd1call.com.
Make the most of your summer with a quick stop at Rosie's Food and Gas in South Dickinson. You'll find everything from live bait to lottery tickets. Pick up a hunting or fishing license, or even borrow a life jacket. Cool off with a for real ice cream shake, or pick up a snack on the way to the Big Sticks game. Rosie's Food and Gas, 1 block west of the Astoria Field in Dickinson.
And we are back here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark into the bottom of the 4th inning, as the Spuds have been held scoreless and only one hit by the Spuds, as Owen Bischoff, that lone man, to get a hit for the Spuds so far through 4 innings of batting. And it'll bring up here in the bottom of the 4th inning the first baseman, Derek Calvillo, up to bat here. He was struck out yesterday by Galusha and grounded out in his 2 at-bats. Girardi surrendered a run in the bottom of the 3rd inning, but it was able to escape the bases loaded with 2 outs as Calvillo takes this first pitch behind home plate and into the net. Makes the count 0-1 here. Girardi. His 0-1 pitch, that one low into the turf, called ball 1, evens the count up at 1-1. Something to watch here is Girardi has thrown 2 pitches this inning, but in that first inning he threw 32 pitches. So we'll see how long Girardi will be able to stand on the mound here as this 1-1 is taken. A slow roller just in front of the Big Sticks dugout, as that'll make the count 1-2 now. Carson Lundmark on deck for the Big Sticks. Was able to get a base hit yesterday as Girardi's 1-2 on Calvillo. A nice hit by Calvillo. It's going to be a blooper, but tracking it back with a jump there from second base was Gabe Garrett for the first out of the inning. So that one a blooper by Calvillo. Wasn't the greatest contact, but had a chance to drop. But a nice play in the shallow right center field there by Gabe Garrett for the first out of the inning. That brings up the hero of the 6-5 win for the Big Sticks, Carson Lundmark. He had that 3-run home run to further his lead as far as the league leader in home runs. This 0-1 a check swing down the first base line. Wilson cannot seem to field that one as he bobbled it a couple times and couldn't make the throw, so Carson Lundmark able to reach first there. I imagine that one will be credited as an error to Cole Wilson, and it was. As Carson Lundmark able to reach first on the bobble from the first baseman, and that brings up the triple hitter in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Jackson Fisher, the lone run put across for the Big Sticks in that bottom of the 3rd inning to give them a 3-0 lead. Lundmark on first here. Girardi's first pitch, that one outside there, called ball 1. Makes the count 1-0 here on the second baseman, Fisher. Girardi's 1-0 there. That one outside once again, called ball 2 as the lefty, as I said, starting to get up in the pitch count. He now sits at 39 pitches in the first inning and a third, as Lundmark gives the thumbs up to Coach Johnson on the third base line as Lundmark has been dealing with a bit of a nagging, or a bit of a knock to his knee as the 2-0 pitch, too high there, called ball 3, as that's 3 straight balls pitched by Fisher. So that'll make the count 3-0 here. In the Big Sticks. Looking to get the series clincher here as that 3-0 pitch too high and a 4-pitch walk of Jackson Fisher moves Lundmark to second. As that makes it now 3 walks by Girardi and just 1 1/3 inning pitched. As now that's going to beckon Mandeville to the mound here to talk it over with Girardi. It's Cooper Dulick will step into the box here for the Big Sticks after Girardi and Mandeville have a quick meeting. Dulick grounded out to third in the bottom of the 3rd inning for the first out. Girardi still looking to find his groove on the mound here. First pitch, that one gets the strike zone after 4 straight balls. Outside part makes the count 0-1 here on Dulick. It's Dulick on the 0-1 there, pops that one up down the right field line and out of play, making the count 0-2 on Dulick. And his last 6 at-bats, he's still looking for a hit for the Big Sticks. And as I said, he's been hit by a pitch 3 times. Fisher a nice lead off, then back to second, and that's going to cause Girardi to step off the mound there. But as I said, for Dulick, easily the most hit batter by the Big Sticks. Girardi's 0-2, swung on by Dulick, a grounder to third. Mandeville throws it to second, gets the out at second. As Cooper Dulick is able to reach first, but Fisher put out at second for the second out of the inning, as that will put runners on the corners here on that fielder's choice and set the stage for Jaden Gibson to get his second RBI with Lundmark at third. Girardi's first pitch, that one 2 outside, called ball 1. Mandeville trying to frame that one in the zone. Makes the count 1-0 here. As the game's gone on, we've seen fans start to make their way into the ballpark here. It's Girardi on the 1-0. That one called strike there. On outside part and a little bit low there, able to clip the corner, evening the count up at 1-1 on Gibson. But I mean, what could be better on a Sunday before the 4th of July than coming out and watching some baseball? And heck, you get 2 games of baseball, albeit shortened to 7 innings. As the 1-1 here, off speed, called high there, makes the count 2-1 on Gibson. Girardi checks both runners, and then the 2-1 swung on by Gibson. This one hit high in the air into right center field. Owen Bischoff tracking it and making the play just in front of Chase Burke there for the 3rd out of the inning. So runners on the corners, Big Sticks unable to score either of them, as that will end the bottom of the 4th inning. So headed to the top of the 5th inning, the Big Sticks will keep their 3-0 lead over the Canyon County Spuds. And with that, we'll take a short break, and when we come back, more Big Sticks baseball.
Favorite thing about my street?
My co-op.
It isn't just about electricity.
It's about power.
The power of information.
About safety.
Efficiency. Technology.
I am the co-op.
I am the co-op.
And the co-op
Is me. At Sachs Motor Company, we would like to thank our military and first responders for all you do for our communities and our country by offering our Military and First Responder Dealership VIP program. Just present a valid form of ID or proof of employment and you'll receive the GM supplier discount on new vehicles or $500 off pre-owned vehicles. You'll also receive 15% off on most service and parts. Get additional benefits by joining the GM My Rewards program. See SachsMotor.com for more details. And from our family to yours.
Thank you.
Chevy, find new roads.
The Hub in North Dickinson is more than your ordinary convenience store. From Godfather's Pizza and the Hub Cafe to gourmet coffee, tea, and more. Stop by early for breakfast or grab something to go. We carry a variety of donuts that we make fresh every day. If your vehicle is dirty, we now have a state-of-the-art car wash at both locations. Stop in and see what we have to offer at the Hub located on North Highway 22 or the Hub West Dakota Oil on East Villard in Dickinson. We're changing the way people think about the convenience store industry.
And we are back here, Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark at Astoria Field. Has headed to the top of the 5th inning, and leading off for the Spuds is going to be the third baseman, Mason Levitt. Again, 2 games here today. Both games shortened to 7 innings. This one, a continuation from last night's game. Started in the bottom of the 3rd inning. A run put across by the Big Sticks makes their lead now 3. The Spuds still scoreless here, but Levitt takes this first pitch past Krenz on the mound and into center field as he'll get the second hit of the game for the Spuds here with a first pitch base hit. And that will bring up Cole Wilson here, the first baseman for the Spuds, as they look to cut into this 3-run lead. First pitch taken by Wilson, but just past the third base box, or third base coach's box, to make the count 0-1 here on Wilson. So again, Krenz at 11 pitches, pitched only 9 in that first inning in relief of Marhefke, as that pickoff attempt there from Krenz not in time. Before Krenz, he's pitched 2 games against the Spuds, as that pitch is a check swing by Wilson, fouled it off himself. That will make the count 0-2 on Wilson. But he's pitched 2 games, one a 2-0 win, and the most recent one a 4-3 loss. He's pitched 3 2/3 innings, only allowed 3 hits, with 9 strikeouts and 16 batters faced Krenz, and combined in both of those games. So Krenz has gotten the better of the Spuds in his 2 appearances on the mound this season. So that one's taken up and over the net and out of the park to make the count stay 0-2 here. Krenz is 0-2. That one low and away. Gibson a block, but that one goes just to his right, and that allows Levitt to reach second here for the Spuds. That puts a runner in scoring position as Levitt's able to advance on the wild pitch, and that makes the count 1-2 now, and no outs for the Spuds here in the top of the 5th inning. Krenz is 1-2. That one a nice hit ball into right center, or into right field here. Lundmark under it. Levitt unable to tag up as that one wasn't put back far enough. That will be the first out of the inning, courtesy of the 1-2 pitch taken high in the air. That one pushed by the wind. Lundmark able to get under that for the first out of the inning. That brings up Gabe Garrett here for the Spuds, the second baseman. Krenz with a runner on second. Levitt's going to get a huge leadoff there as that pitch outside on Garrett makes the count 1-0. Levitt was basically just shy of halfway between second and third here. So I wonder if Gibson knows that. We'll communicate with Krenz. As this 1-0 pitch, check with the infield umpire, and they're going to say that Garrett on that check swing went a little too far to even the count up at 1-1. And you can see Fisher and Levitt talking there on second. It's Fisher now just playing behind second here. Krenz is 1-1, that one outside. Called ball 2 is Gibson's both face mask and helmet there came off. As we'll see if Levitt is going to try and steal third here. A 2-1 count here on Garrett with 1 out. The 2-1 pitch, that one taken down the right field line, moving foul and off the floodlight there. As that won't make the count even at 2-2 here on Garrett. And as you can see, that wind going to be pushing the ball to the right of the ballpark. As Krenz eyeing Levitt on second here, the 2-2. That one a slow roller down the first base line. That will be the 5th pitch of this at-bat by Krenz. Again, Levitt started off this inning with a first pitch base hit. He was able to reach second on a wild pitch from Krenz. Krenz is 2-2 here. This one swung on, hit into right center field, moving over to right field there is Lundmark once again. Puts out another batter for the Spuds and catches that 2-2 ball by Gabe Garrett for the second out of the inning. So I can imagine any ball hit just right of center field is going to inevitably loop its way to Lundmark in right field, as this will bring up Dawson Barakani here for the Spuds. He was walked in his at-bat yesterday as that 1-0, or that pitch called ball makes the count 1-0 here, as Levitt looks to not be stranded here at second. As the Spuds still looking to put their first run up on the Big Sticks. The 1-0, and they're gonna get Levitt in a pickle here, as that was a great spot there from Krenz, still in a pickle. Thurston able to get the tag out of Levitt, and what a great play there from Krenz as he noticed how big of a jump that Levitt was getting and finally caught him out on it. So no 1-0 pitch from Krenz as he's able to get the pickle of Mason Levitt and inevitably gets tagged out there for the third out of the inning. So headed to the bottom of the 5th inning, still no runs scored for the Spuds, and with that we'll take a short break, and when we come back, more Big Sticks baseball.
Clogged or slow-moving drains are no match for Josh and his licensed techs at Unplugged Drain Cleaning of Dickinson. They provide 24-hour service to solve all your sewer problems, using only the best equipment along with the latest drain camera technology to resolve issues while maintaining the integrity of your pipes. They take pride in thoroughly explaining your options, providing free estimates and great service, and making sure your issues are resolved permanently. Contact Unplugged Drain Cleaning at 701-290-9737 or online at unpluggeddrains.com.
Farming and ranching are more than just jobs. It's your way of life. And financially, you want to work with somebody who understands your way of life. More ag, less aggravation. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union.
If you're looking for a home loan or want to refinance your existing loan, the single smartest thing you can do is go to a credit union like Western Cooperative. We make it easy, you make it home. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union.
West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company proudly offers products and services that help fuel our customers' lives with clean burning propane and bulk fuel. and convenient on-site delivery with premium farm and road fuels. We provide energy where and when you need it most, with locations throughout Southwest North Dakota. West Dakota Oil and Fitter Oil Company. Locally owned, locally strong. The products you need with the service you deserve.
And we are back here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. Levitt stranded at second for the Spuds in that top of the 5th inning. As to lead off here, Alex Thurston will take this first pitch, and it will drop into left center field. A diving effort there by Owen Bischoff, not successful, in a stand-up double on the first pitch by Alex Thurston to lead things off for the Big Sticks as they've continued their mojo from yesterday. They had 6 hits in just 2 innings, have already had 3. A triple from Jackson Fisher, and it is 3. Thurston with a base hit as well, and then a double from Thurston once again here in the bottom of the 5th inning, as it doesn't seem to matter which pitcher these Spuds put on the mound here, as it looks to be a change here for the Big Sticks as Corey Brownson replaced by Dalton Miller, and Dalton, dealing with a lingering injury, is making his first appearance in a while for the Big Sticks. Girardi still on the mound here. After the double from Thurston, Miller goes to put a bunt down, pulls out just in time. But into the strike zone, Girardi making the count 0-1 here on Miller. And the last appearance we saw from Miller was in the 14-5 loss against the Moo, where he went 3 for 3 with 3 hits and a walk. Haven't seen him in almost a month as he puts this bunt down expertly. Mandeville with the throw to first in time, but Thurston able to advance to third. So in his first appearance since that day on the 11th of June, he does exactly what's needed of him, puts down a bunt and advances Thurston to third here. Thrown out at first, and that sets the stage for Quade Peters here with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning to keep the Big Sticks rolling here as they look to send the 4th run home of the game. First pitch from Girardi, that one too low, called ball 1 on Quade Peters. Makes the count 1-0. Obviously had that double in the first inning of the bottom of the 1st inning in last night's game, and then was walked in the bottom of the 3rd. This pitch he takes to short here. Baracani with the throw to first and keeping Thurston at third for the 2nd out of the inning. As Peters grounds out to Baracani on the 1-0. That will bring up the left fielder, Austin Bunn, with 2 outs. As Austin Bunn, as I said, the base hit which sent Quade Peters home from second in the bottom of the 1st inning. Going 1 for 3 with an RBI. Infield for playing close to prevent Thurston from scoring. Now back to normal positions. That will be a strike called there as Bunn watches that first pitch go by outside part of the zone. Makes the count 0-1 here. Thurston looking to be sent home as the 0-1 here. That one goes wild, and it won't be a foul ball, and that wild pitch allows Thurston to score as he doesn't even need to slide home for the 4th run of the ball game for the Big Sticks to score as they take a 4-0 lead now, as the sac bunt from Miller pays off as Thurston able to get sent home on the wild pitch by Girardi, as the Big Sticks in great position here to not only keep this lead but able to clinch the series in the first game of the day. Girardi's 1-1 here, goes behind Bunn, and it looks like they're going to say that one hit him. So on the 1-1, Bunn will advance to first on the hit by pitch. And that brings up Derek Calvillo, the first baseman. As everything seems to be going right for the Big Sticks. As Girardi, through 2 2/3 innings, now up to 55 pitches for the Spuds. As the Big Sticks look to go start the first 3 games of this second half of the season, 2-1, if they were to hold on to this lead. First pitch taken foul by Calvillo, a nice hit ball into the parking lot, making the count 0-1. As I said, Calvillo really loves that first pitch, and most of the time you'll see him swinging. Girardi eyeing first, the 0-1 there, too high, called ball 1, evens the count. As again, this inning started with the Alex Thurston double into left center field. Bunt from Dalton Miller, and then a wild pitch by Girardi allows Thurston to score. Girardi's 1-1, that one high and outside, called ball 2. Makes the count 2-1 here. As again, a big thing to know, or a big thing for these Spuds, is they're probably just going to let Girardi try and ride this game out and not try and use as little of their bullpen as possible, as that 2-1 pitch low, called ball 3, makes the count 3-1, because again, the Spuds and the Big Sticks will have another game right after this, just a 25-minute break between each game. As Girardi here facing the 3-1 count, his 3-1 pitch. Grounder to third here, as that throw from Levitt to Wilson at first will end the inning for the Big Sticks. But the Big Sticks, another run put up here in the bottom of the 5th inning, extends it to a 4-0 lead as they look to clinch the series here today. So we'll take a short break, and when we come back, more Big Sticks baseball.
If you have a ding, give me a ring. Western Dent fixes minor dents without painting. Visit our shop or call us for mobile service. For a free estimate, call Western Dent in Dickinson at 260-2803, your paintless dent repair specialist.
Are you ready for summer fun and adventure? Spend an exciting time at Badlands Ministries just south of Medora, where you'll grow in faith and have the time of your life. For over 90 years, Badlands Ministries has provided a safe place for people of all ages and denominations to experience Christ's love. Take a leap of faith and enjoy the many activities, from ropes courses, fun Bible studies, crazy games, hiking, swimming, campfires, songs, skits, and more. Call or go to badlandsministries.org. See you at camp.
Back here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark, Big Sticks, another run after the wild pitch from Girardi allows Thurston to waltz home for the 4th run of the game, as headed to the top of the 6th. Again, just a 7-inning game here, so 6 more outs for the Spuds to try and cut into this 4-0 lead. And with the way Marhefke pitched before the game was called off last night and the way Krenz is pitching today, it looks like it's going to be a tough ask to get 4 runs on Krenz, especially, as I said, 9 strikeouts in the 3 1/3 inning pitch against the Spuds this season. As this first pitch is taken to Dulick at short, he takes a knee, able to field that one, and thrown out at first is Cooper Dulick. A nice play there as Barakani grounds out for the first out of the inning here in the top of the 6th inning. What a play there from Dulick. Compared him to Derek Jeter on that deep jump throw in the 6-5 win. That was just a Cooper Dulick play there, as that first pitch is swung on and missed by the top of the lineup, Tyler Castelli here. And just like Stone, shift to the right of the infield. Thurston playing close to the infield grass, the lone man on the left side. As that 0-1 pitch, too high there, evens the count up at 1-1. On deck for the Spuds is going to be the center fielder, Chase Burke. I can barely read my own handwriting as this one is taken up and over the glove of Thurston. Past him in between second and third for a base hit by Tyler Castelli. Just the third hit today for the Spuds. Levitt was able to get the second hit of the day and able to advance to second after a wild pitch from Krenz, but was caught in a pickle and eventually tagged out by Alex Thurston to end the inning. First pitch here from Krenz, off speed, outside part of the zone, called strike one, as it'll make the count 0-1 on the beer batter here, Chase Burke. And Castelli, a base hit with one out here, so a double play in effect for the Big Sticks infield. It's Krenz on the 0-1, swung on and missed. Low outside pitch, as that'll make the count 0-2 here on Chase Burke. Chase Burke 0 for 2. I keep saying today, but you know what I mean. In the game here, as the pickoff attempt at first by Krenz, tag not put down in time. Tyler Stone, the designated hitter, on deck for the Spuds. Krenz, another pickoff attempt. This one maybe a bit closer than the last, but still clearly Castelli able to reach first again. See Erlab, Hernandez, Singleton, and Caston there. Is that? It's going to be a time called by Burke. And he steps back in. Krenz sets himself in his 0-2. Trying to get him to swing at that low outside pitch there. Burke holds off to make the count 1-2. On Burke. Krenz is 1-2. Again, almost gets the swing on that outside pitch, but Burke, nice discipline. Called ball, evens the count up. 2 balls and 2 strikes with an out. And Tyler Stone yesterday on deck for the Spuds was able to reach second off of the air from Fisher at second. As the 2-2 swung on and fouled off there by Burke, as Gibson was unable to corral that one behind the plate for the strikeout. As Krenz now up to 29 pitches in 2 1/3 inning. Krenz shakes off the first sign, then another pickoff at first, not in time. As Krenz has tried to pick off Castelli now 4 times in this at-bat against Burke. Krenz is 2-2. That one too high there, called ball 3. So after being down 0-2, Burke has watched 3 pitches go by and fouled one off, as he's now in a full count here. Krenz is 3-2, and that one, pitch gets away from him as that one hits Burke in the back, and that will advance him to first on the full count. That brings up Tyler Stone and pitching coach Jordan Price heading to the mound here to talk it over with Krenz. No one currently warming up in the bullpen for the Big Sticks. And Big Sticks today in their red tops and white pants with my favorite, the mustache hats, the blue with the mustache on the mustache logo adorning the front of the hats, the Spuds in their black tops and their pinstripe gray pants today. No color gradient jerseys as Price. Bit of a lengthy talk here with Krenz. As I said, here in the top of the 6th inning, the Big Sticks maintaining the lead here, which they've held since the bottom of the 1st inning, 4-0. And with runners on 1st and 2nd, Tyler Stone up to bat for the Spuds. And Tyler Stone 0 for 2 today with, or 0 for 2 in the game with a strikeout. Was able to reach second on the air by Fisher at second. Krenz's first pitch of this at bat, off speed outside, called ball 1. Krenz after that long at bat of Chase Burke. Now at 32 and 2 1/3 inning. 32 pitches rather. It's the 1-0 here. That one inside and hits Tyler Stone. And after putting up no runs in the first 5 innings of play here in the top of the 6th, after that hit of Stone, that will load the bases and get Owen Bischoff a chance to start the scoring for the Spuds. So it looks like Logan Fragamini currently warming up in the bullpen for the Big Sticks. Krenz looking to get out of this 1-out jam. First pitch, able to find the strike zone there on the outside part. Makes the count 0-1 here on Bischoff. Bischoff flew out in his last at-bat to Lundmark in right field. But a great opportunity for the Spuds to try and stage a late rally as the 0-1 here swung on, foul tipped behind into the net. It's Bischoff in the 0-2 hole here. Burke was in the 0-2 hole, but on the 3-2 count as he battled his way back into it, was hit by Krenz. So we'll see if Bischoff can have a similar outcome to score a run for the Spuds as Krenz is 0-2. That one 2 upstairs, called ball 1. That'll make the count 1-2 there. Gibson trying to put that ball in the zone there. Couldn't get the strike call. Krenz is 1-2. That one way upstairs. Evens the count up at 2-2. And runners on Castelli after he got a base hit. Then 2 Spuds batters hit by pitches. Loads the bases here. As Krenz looking to get out. This bases loaded jam. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, foul tipped into the glove of Gibson, as that will be the second out of the inning as Bischoff strikes out. And now it's going to be up to Matthew Mandeville to get on base for the Spuds, as after not scoring a single run through 5 innings, the Spuds, I mean, they can't have the bases loaded with 1 out and not score any runs and expect to cut into this 4-0 lead. Krenz first pitch here on Mandeville. Swung on, popped up, and that one will exit the ballpark off to the right side, off the concession stands roof. Makes the count 0-1. As I said, Logan Fragamini warming up in the bullpen. I assume if Krenz gets out of this, he more than likely will start the top of the 7th inning. And depending on how it goes, we may see Fragmini relieve Krenz as the 0-1 here. Swung on a grounder to Fisher at second. Fisher with the throw to first as the Big Sticks and Kobe Krenz escape the bases loaded jam with 1 out after a strikeout of Bischoff and then a ground out to Fisher at second for the 3rd and final out of the inning. So the Big Sticks maintain the 4-0 lead here, headed to the bottom of the 6th, and the Spuds will have 1 shot in the top of the 7th to try and tie this game up. So we'll take a short break, and when we come back, more Big Sticks baseball.
After the game, stop by Blue 42 Grill and Bar and top off the evening with a burger and beer. Blue 42 is a great place to meet your friends after the Big Sticks game. Try one of our 24 rotating beers we have on tap, and while we specialize in handcrafted burgers, our appetizers are out of this world. Log on to blue42grill.com for a complete menu and to see what beers we have on tap. Blue 42 Grill and Bar, located in historic downtown Dickinson. See you after the game.
I've been coming to the centering classes since I first found out I was pregnant, and so almost 9 months now because I'm about to have a baby. When I found out I was pregnant, I was really nervous. I don't know, it was really scary and exciting all at the same time. It was nice to talk to people who knew what you were going through and could give you solid advice and also reassure you that, you know, your body's made for this, you can do this, and you are okay, you're gonna make it.
One of the kids asked, "Why are you helping us?" It just made me realize that this is why I'm doing it. Because of that question right there, we're gonna be working with the University of Minnesota Masonic Children's Hospital.
We don't just want to be the face of something, we want to get involved and do good things for other people because it makes you feel good.
From day one, Choice Bank has been extremely excited to partner with us. When you have partners and people that are that committed to what you're doing, that's when you have success, and that's when you are able to help more people and make a difference.
What do you use the internet for? Keeping in touch with family? Maybe business or education, perhaps entertaining like streaming movies. Smart home devices can also chew up a lot of bandwidth. Consolidated has spent more than a decade building their 10,000-mile fiber infrastructure so they can provide all their customers with the fastest symmetrical speeds in the region. Give us a call today for a free internet checkup to find out if you have enough speed and the right equipment to get the most out of your internet. Consolidated, reach the world from here.
And we are back here. Potentially the last time we'll see the Big Sticks at bat if they're able to hold on to this 4-0 lead. But before we get there, to lead off in the bottom of the 6th inning, it's going to be the right fielder Carson Lundmark. Again, this game just being 7 innings. It'll be a doubleheader. Again, 25-minute break until that second game. But focusing on the now and the present, 4-0, the Big Sticks able to get out of the bases loaded jam. And a new pitcher on the mound, Hayden Van Acker. 2 appearances, with one of them being against the Big Sticks, allowed a run in the 7-4 win for the Big Sticks. In 1 inning pitch, 2 strikeouts and 5 batters, but 2 walks by Van Acker. The 1-0 pitch, swung on by Lundmark. A nice hit ball, drops into right field for a leadoff base hit for the slugger. That will be the 10th hit of the ball game for the Big Sticks, as the scoring could continue here in the bottom of the 6th inning, as the second baseman Jackson Fisher said third base because that's what he reached in his first at bat in the restart of the game here, as he got a triple to lead off that 3rd inning before he was sent home off of the Jaden Gibson sacrifice fly into right field. First pitch swung on by Fisher. This one going to be a grounder to Baracani at short. Throw to second in time. Throw to first in time for a 6-4-3 double play. So that will be a 2 outs here for the Big Sticks and the shortstop Cooper Dulick. No runners on. As Dulick here could be the final batter Van Acker has to face. Helped out by his infield with that 6-4-3 double play, just needing one more out to give the Spuds a chance to score 4 runs and tie this game up as that first pitch low and inside, called ball 1 on Dulick. As I said, once the game was about an inning and a half into, as that pitch called ball 2 low. Fans made a great appearance here to support the Big Sticks. As the 2-0 pitch gets the strike call. Great framing from behind the plate by Mandeville. Makes the count 2-1 here on Cooper Dulick. Was able to reach first on a fielder's choice and then grounded out to third as the 2-1 pitch low and inside once again, called ball 3. So that will give Dulick a 3-1 count to face here. It's Van Acker looking to make it only 3 batters faced in this bottom of the 6th inning. Van Acker's 3-1. 2 outside there. Called ball 4, and that will be a walk of Cooper Dulick with 2 outs. And that brings up the catcher, Jaden Gibson, with a chance to keep this inning going for the Big Sticks. Gibson with an RBI as he had, as I said, that sac fly to send Fisher home. As off the restart, 2 runs scoring for the Big Sticks make their lead a little more breathable at 4. First pitch swung on and missed there by Gibson. Makes the count 0-1 here. Van Acker, 4th batter faced this inning as his 0-1 here. Swung on by Gibson, popped up into right field, giving chase and making the play. A handful of feet off of the right field line, Chase Burke for the 3rd out of the inning. And so we're headed to the top of the 7th. As Van Acker, 4 batters faced, and he's able to get 3 outs and no runs put across. As the Big Sticks look to close out this first game of the doubleheader. So they have a 4-0 lead. So we'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll get you more Big Sticks baseball.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, we're leaders in the egg industry. Our egg lenders grew up farming and ranching, and they understand egg operations.
With our agribusiness lending experience, we can help you with your financing.
We specialize in egg real estate, operating lines of credit, and cattle and machinery financing. To serve you, we need to hear you.
So stop by your local Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
So let's say you buy one of those value meals and it costs you about $10. Then they give you one free value meal once a week for the rest of your life. That would be a pretty good deal, right? Well, at Dan Porter Motors, when you buy a vehicle, we give you free car washes for life, valued at about $10. Let's say you wash your vehicle twice a week for 10 years. That comes out to over $10,000. That's a pretty good deal. See Dan Porter Motors for your next vehicle and get free car washes for life.
Big Boy Toys.
And we are back here, 3 outs away for the Big Sticks to get not only the Game 2 win, but the series clinching win as they're up 4-0 here over the Canyon County Spuds with the 6th, 7th, and 8th batters due up here in the top of the 7th inning. Big Sticks holding a 4-0 lead, only 3 hits allowed as the Spuds have remained scoreless in the first 6 innings of play. But Mason Levitt, after he had a base hit in the 5th inning, to lead off, looking for something similar to that here. First pitch from Krenz, still on the mound, outside part of the zone, called strike 1. Makes the count 0-1 here. As I said, Krenz still on the mound. Fragamini still warming up, but Krenz looking to close this ball game out. The 0-1 swung on by Levitt, and that one hit in between Dulick and Thurston at short and third. As Levitt once again on Krenz, able to lead off with a base hit there. And now, depending on what happens with this batter, Cole Wilson, the timer has been started for Krenz to see how long he stays on the mound. He's able to get a little help from his friends in the infield. Could get a double play. As his first pitch here outside, called strike 1 on Wilson, makes the count 0-1. Since the restart, Wilson only 1 at bat, this one just being his 2nd. Flew out to right field to Carson Lundmark for the first out of that 5th inning. The 0-1 here, swung on a nice hit ball, but Austin Bunn in the perfect position catches that one for the first out of the inning, so 2 more outs to go for the Spuds. Krenz able to get that first out, just needing 2 more here, as that brings up Gabe Garrett. Gabe Garrett also flew out, just like Wilson in that 5th inning, to right field for the 2nd out before Levitt caught in the jam. As Krenz's first pitch outside. And every batter, he's gotten that strike 1 call in this top of the 7th inning on that outside pitch. Levitt and Wilson both able to make contact with his 0-1 pitch. We'll see if Garrett can do the same. That 0-1 pitch gets the check swing off, but not far enough by Garrett as he able to stand in the box. The 1-1 count, as I said, Fragamini warming up for the Big Sticks. And I was going to say, I thought we were going to get a check with the infield umpire. Do get it, but no swing by Garrett. So now confirmed the count at 1 ball and a strike here. Krenzis 1-1. That one too far outside. Called ball 2. Making the count 2-1 here on Garrett. Again, double play would end the ball game here in the top of the 7th. It's Krenzis 2-1. That one 2 downstairs. Makes the count 3-1 here. I imagine if Krenz were to walk Garrett here, we might see Fragamini come in for those last 2 outs. It's Krenzis 3-1. 2 inside, called ball 4. Now will be a walk of Gabe Garrett, which puts runners on first and second with an out. As Coach Johnson now making his way to the mound. I didn't see a motion to the bullpen, but we'll see what the discussion is on the mound between Krenz and Johnson. As Krenz so far 3 1/3 inning pitched for the Big Sticks with 2 strikeouts, has allowed 3 hits, 1 walk, and he's hit 2 batters, but has been able to get out of any jam. As we saw there, I believe that was Tyler Castelli there, saying hi to the folks at home. He's in the on-deck circle for the Spuds here. Gotta say, that did get a laugh out of me. But we'll see if Castelli will get a chance to bat here, as Krenz will stay on the mound for the Big Sticks. It'll be Dawson Baracani with runners on first and second, so a force out at first, second, and third. Baracani grounded out to short last time he was up to bat. First pitch taken down the right field line, and that one will be held up in the wind, foul. So that one goes into the Spuds bullpen to make the count 0-1 here on Barricani. Again, Levitt gets the 0-1 count after a first pitch strike, then is able to get a base hit, a fly out to left field by Wilson after the first pitch was called strike, and Gabe Garrett as well, strike one called. As the 0-1 here, 2 upstairs and outside, evens the count up at 1-1, and we'll see if Krenz can get that second out of the inning. If the bases are loaded here, it would give Castelli a chance to tie this ball game up if he were to hit a grand slam. Only one time has that happened against the Big Sticks this season, as that 1-1 pitch swung on and missed by Barricani. So it'll be the first 2 strike at bat for Krenz here in this top of the 7th inning. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes as he looks for his 3rd strikeout of the game. It would be his 2nd out this top of the 7th inning. Krenz is 1-2, swung on, this one fouled, up and out of play, off to the right side of the ballpark. Makes the count 1-2. And we see the younger brother of Carson Lundmark, Garrett, in the dugout there, looking on, as Krenz looks to hold on to the shutout pitched by both Marhefke and Krenz. Krenz eyes Levitt, then is 1-2. Trying to get the swing off of Barricani on that low outside pitch. Unsuccessful, as that'll even the count up at 2-2. Again, this inning led off with Levitt getting a base hit past Thurston and Dulick at 3rd and short. Krenz is 2-2, swung on, arriving a little late, but able to make contact as Barricani fouls that one down the first base line, keeping the count at 2-2 here. You gotta wonder if the Big Sticks were able to hold on to this game, what kind of momentum it would give them going into that second game of the doubleheader today. It's Krenz, runners on 1st and 2nd, and we're gonna get a time called by Barricani. Didn't like how long Krenz was taking there. Asking for a quick time here as the righty. Sitting at the 2-2 count. Has fouled off a couple pitches in this at-bat. Krenz is 2-2. Swung on, this one popped up in the air into right field. Lundmark, couple steps to his left, catches that one for the 2nd out of the inning. And now with runners on 1st and 2nd, it's going to be up to Tyler Castelli here as he looks to not only keep this inning going, but keep the game going as the tying run in the on-deck circle. No shift from the infield this time for the Big Sticks. So the first pitch from Krenz swung on, this one a grounder down the first base line. Calvillo calls off Krenz, steps on the bag for the 3rd and final out, not only of the inning, but of the ball game, as the Big Sticks in the first game of the doubleheader take the 4-0 win over the Canyon County Spuds, move to 2-1 in the second half of the season, 19-12, 4 runs off of 10 hits, and only 1 error by the Big Sticks. The Spuds held scoreless through 7, a shutout game pitched by Marhefke and Krenz, with 4 hits and 1 error themselves. And with that, that will do it here for the first game of the doubleheader. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll get you the post-game show and the player of the game for the Big Sticks. So don't go anywhere. More Big Sticks baseball on the way.
Welcome to the 2021-2022 school year at Dickinson State University. The DSU Heritage Foundation is excited to bring the Blue Hawk Scholarship Fund to the DSU campus.
The Blue Hawk Scholarship Fund is comprised of your general and sport-specific giving, named scholarships, advertising, sponsorship of athletic programs, endowments, and program greatest needs support. Made possible by you, the Blue Hawk Scholarship Fund and the DSU Heritage Foundation will award over $700,000 in athletic support for the 2021-2022 school year.
Donate to the Blue Hawk Scholarship Fund today.
Visit us online at dsuheritagefoundation.org and help support Blue Hawk athletes in the classroom, in competition, and in our community.
Come soar with the Hawks.
It's more than an international nonprofit organization. The Fraternal Order of Eagles is all about people helping people. They donate more than $10 million a year to local communities, fundraisers, charities, and more. On the local level, the Eagles Club of Dickinson has been serving the community since 1940. They offer lunch specials Monday through Friday from 11 to 1:30. They also specialize in banquets, weddings, anniversaries, benefits, and more. Not a member yet? Stop down and visit them today. The Eagles Club in Dickinson. Call 701-483-3561.
Call 456 Loan right now. We roll up our sleeves, get your ducks in a row. For veterans and first timers too. We'll find the best home loan to get you into your new home. Meeting any hour for you. It's as simple as 456 LOAN. Call 456 Loan right now. 456 LOAN. Call 456 Loan right now.
ENG Lending, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
And we are back here after the Big Sticks are able to celebrate a 4-0 win in the first of the the first game of the doubleheader today. A 4-0 win, as we'll just get into a little bit of a wrap up here. Again, the Big Sticks able to get a 4-0 win, shut out the Spuds, as again 10 hits for the Big Sticks, able to score 4 runs, 4 hits for the Spuds, and they are shut out behind the pitching performance of Sam Marhefke for the first 3 innings of play. Then a little bit of a delay on to today after last night. Kobe Krenz pitching in relief of Marhefke. 4 innings pitched, allowed 3 hits, no runs between the both of them, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts, as Krenz will be named the player of the game for the Big Sticks. Again, he'll get credited for not only the win, but after a long restart, the Big Sticks able to get the 4-0 win. And just kind of going over the game, first we'll start with last night, and then we'll go into today. But last night, it was a bottom of the first inning. Quade Peters getting the double to lead things off, and Austin Bunn sent him home. And then after the bases were loaded, it was a Cooper Dulick sac fly, which sent home Austin Bunn from third, as the Big Sticks registered 6 hits in just 2 innings batting, as they took the lead 2-0. 3 scoreless innings pitched by Sam Marhefke, only 1 hit allowed, no runs, 1 strikeout of 11 batters faced, and that ended the night as we got called off after the end of the top of the 3rd inning. Then we restarted today at the bottom of the 3rd inning. Jackson Fisher getting a leadoff triple to start the day off, and sent home by Jaden Gibson's sac fly into right field. Big Sticks loaded the bases, but then a fly out to center by Austin Bunn ended the inning, as the Spuds again struggling against Krenz in the infield. As I said, he's well deserving of the player of the game. And the only other run to score for the Big Sticks and the entirety of the game was after an Alex Thurston double. He then moved to third after a sac bunt from Dalton Miller. And then he was sent home after a wild pitch by Will Girardi of the Spuds. And that was how the score stayed for the rest of the ball game. So the Big Sticks getting the 4-0 win, moving to 2-1 on the season, 19-12. And that will do it here for the first game. It'll be a 25-minute break until the next game. So those of you watching on the YouTube channel, stay tuned. We'll be back in just that amount of time. Those listening on the Mixlr page, we will go off the air for a little bit, but be right back for the start of that second game. So don't go anywhere, folks. More Big Sticks baseball on the way.